To face the complex landscape of this information, we have to take into account different resources and institutions. As we said in the model and in the material, we have to take into account legislative and political actions, also the role of fact-checking, and also tools and resources that can help us to improve and boost information and critical literacy. Here, I want to focus in the important role of the libraries, the librarians, that sometimes are a forgotten actor in this landscape. There are kind of ambitious headlines like can libraries fight against information? Obviously, libraries are a small actor here. However, we have to take into account the importance of the historical role that libraries as intermediaries has always had in creating reliable information. Sometimes fact checkers had or lack some reference in the context they are in and context in the information they are providing. Sometimes fact checkers just only deny or prove information, but not give a particular context that libraries and library collections had. So we want to remark the importance of librarians as curators and also providers of important reference tools to understand the situation of misinformation and how to avoid it. One of the tools that are important in the libraries are the reference guide. Here we are going to show two guides of resources that are planned and designed with a LiveGuides software. LiveGuides software can be reused and shared by different institutions, and there are two helpful reference guides. One is the University of Victoria, and the second one is from Cornell University. These guides, they're curated resources that not only explain the concept of fake news, but also different strategies to prevent it and different resources to go deeper in it. So here's the first guide, What is Fake News by the University of Victoria. Here helps readers to understand different types of information, the consequence, and how fake news is spread. So this kind of guide has a similar structure. At the beginning, they present the disinformation sphere, and then explain or analyze how fake news blends facts with fiction to devise audience and spread confusion. Sometimes guides always include practical information, practical steps. For example, here, how to recognize fake photos. It's important to know that all this content is available online, and specific. They include also specific themes. For example, regarding health misinformation. Each of this epigraph has a particular topic. For example, this is regarding artificial intelligence, and they provide articles and preprints that can make people aware of this and research with reliable sources. Having understood this, I want to focus that these guides can help libraries to showcase their collections, and always should include this kind of epigraph, like what is the part of the collection that help users, and what is the part of the collection that can help users to continue researching regarding this, and provide, in this case, the books that are in the catalog, databases, journal articles, and also the role of the libraries. If you check, these guides are always curated by a specific librarian. This is the role of the embed librarian or reference librarian. This is very common, for example, in librarianship in the United States. The second guide is how to evaluate news by Cornell University, and it's regarding misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda. Be media literate. Again, this guide is curated by a specific reference librarian, and this person have checked and select and structure the different parts of the guide. So these guides are a very important resource to have with a click. Different resources that can help us to continue researching in the fake news sphere. This guide provides advice on how you access credibility of the news. It highlights the importance of examining, for example, authors' qualification, the authorship, how to be media literate, for example. Different tools. It mentioned the guide. We mentioned the material about web literacy for fact checkers. So different steps to reflect over the content. Different sources about ethics in journalists and what are the journalist standards. How to detect unreliable news content, and here explain the difference between the terms misinformation, disinformation, and all the definition of Melissa Simmers, for example. Different guide, different resources like the famous visual material, how to check our personal bias, because if you know, we understand in the course that bias is something that come from at the beginning from our way of thinking, and it's very natural to have bias and heuristics, and how to detect source bias. And again, is this kind of guidelines, they're a good opportunity to showcase the library collections, as we see here. Sometimes they are open resources, but in other cases we can find directly, for example, the access of the library. So these guides are a good opportunity to share the curated materials, the peer review article that library have, our research databases, integrated in a good and powerful web page that can help or engage users with this product. So in conclusion, it is vital, I think, to be more proactive in developing users, more in giving users more resources like this that help to evaluate news, but also to provide some reference material, and in the library, but also outside the library. With the guidance of these resources, people can become more discerning consuming news and contribute to be more informed.